Psycho Squad Gaming Club role-playing episode. This features mature adults using mature language. If that bothers you, stop listening now. Enjoy our game and remember, alter reality on a regular basis.
Greetings, gamers! This is MrMartin from Psycho Squad Gaming Club. It's Sunday, and our group is ready to game. We got Greg and Thomas here at the house, and then myself running and playing, and then online we've got Nick and Monte. So we decided we've been missing out on a little bit and playing some D&D, so we're going to kick up some D&D today. We're going to be playing 3.5 edition, because in my opinion, it's the edition that I want to play. I really think all the later editions suck, so that's just my personal opinion. It might be shared by others, but that's why we're playing 3.5. I think most of our group actually prefers 3.5 as well. So we're going to be playing a group that's called our Dungeon Divers, and it's just a group of characters that we put together. No big storyline or anything. We just pick a dungeon and we just grab some characters and we just play through that dungeon. And it's that simple. That's why we're called the Dungeon Divers. So today we're going to start on a adventure called Egg of the Phoenix. I've ran this multiple times in 1st and 2nd edition. I have not ran it for 3rd or 3.5. So I converted it myself to 3.5, put my own little spin on it, but the story is still basically the same. Decided we're going to go through this. We've got 6 characters that are coming in. Everyone is 5th level. So we'll just go around, have each person talk about their characters or characters. In Nick's case, Nick is actually going to be playing 2 characters today, which is fine. We could use it. So to begin with, I am going to be playing a Halfling Cleric. His name is Teefon, and he is a Cleric of Pelor, God of the Sun. I have this guy spec'd out basically as a huge healer, and that's his job. For him to get in combat is a very bad thing. He has a strength of 9, so combat is very bad. I have all my feats set up as just nothing but augmenting all my healing type stuff. He's decent at turning undead, but really not all that good at turning undead. Again, healing is his thing. Healing and buffing.
Yeah, the buffer.
Yeah, my turn undead I use for my domain feats that I have is Domain Spontaneity, which gives me healing, so I can use a turn attempt to cast one of my healing domain spells. That's pretty much what I use my turning attempts for, but yeah. And he's got some magic items and stuff like that. Everyone does. I'm just going to go down this list of the characters. So we got Teefon, who's the cleric. Next is Thomas. Why don't you tell us about your character?
Well, I'm playing a Paladin by the name of Tyriel. He serves Pelor, and he's a pretty big, burly black man. He uses full plate armor, a heavy shield, and he likes his longsword, which is masterwork and it has Bane Undead on it. He does not like his undead. He can always be seen smoking a pipe of tobacco, and he's bald. And for the people who think that name sounds familiar, yes, it's based off of Diablo.
We have shamelessly stolen a name.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So yeah, he uses a ring of substance, so he never has to eat.
There you go.
He only has to have 2 hours of sleep, brute gauntlets, helm of battle, restful crystal, so he can sleep in his armor, boots of striding and springing. He's all decked out.
There you go. Excellent. Thank you very much. Monte, we'll come over to you next. Why don't you tell us about your character, please?
Well, the big reason I have is a female fighter Her name is Ersa. Still working on some of them tiny bits of background and so forth. She follows no deity at this point in time. But she's 6'2", long blonde hair, keeps in a tight braid, and likes just pummeling things with her huge heavy flail. If she has to pull out the long sword, okay, that's fine. The short sword for chopping vegetables, or very short foes. There's not a problem with that whatsoever. As I look upon things and think to myself, like, well, let's see, what attitude would she have? Probably the attitude of, can I hit it? Can I eat it? Is it worth something? And do I want it for later? So should I save it? I'm not sure yet. She's working on things.
Yeah, you're a big burly fighter. You got a 20 strength and an 18 con, so you're... God. Yeah, that's a big bitch! So, yeah.
And like I said, I know, the 11 and 12 wisdom, she's above average, but occasionally she's like, I have to digress into thinking simple in battle. Go that way and beat on it. Gotcha, I can do that.
Alright. And you got a charisma of 14, so you're not that bad looking either, so that's decent look as far as, character looks. So, it is a human, I think you mentioned that. So,
yes, she is most certainly a human.
In typical Monte fashion, does this character have huge tracts of land?
The biggest problem was she had to have a custom-made breastplate. Go figure that.
Okay, well, that's a yes. All right.
I mean, they're at least armored, so she can. If she loses her flail, she can beat on them with something else.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh, fun bag.
You'd be surprised if a line that forms all of a sudden. Enemies like, I can be beat on next.
Kill me!
I just had to ask, didn't I? All right. Cool. Thank you very much, Monte. Greg, you're up. Why don't you tell us a bit about your character, please?
His name is Raze. He's a 6'1" black guy, medium brown, mocha brown color. 28, age 28. He's about 230 pounds.
Yeah, he's not small either. Yeah. I was just commenting. Your guy's not small either. He's got an 18 strength and a 17 con. You're... yeah.
He's an orphan. He was raised in a military academy. Paladin friend took him in and raised him in the military academy. He has a mohawk, which is braided all the way. It has some beads in it. And he uses a shield and spear. Trains really hard in fighting, in his fighting techniques.
Yeah, you have this guy set up as kind of like the Spartan. Yeah,
Spartan he was raised in military, and that's all he knows.
Oh yeah, you got 2-weapon fighting. You got improved shield bash, power attack, shield bash, weapon focus, weapon specialization, spear. Yeah, you're all set up, dude. You are all set up. And you're human, by the way.
Yeah, I'm human.
There you go.
Don't have a lot of skills because all he needed was
a fighter. Fighters don't get skills. They get feats. They don't get skills.
Well, he don't have that many feats.
Actually, yes, you do.
Oh.
You have a lot of feats. You're a fighter. You have an impressive amount of feats, especially for a 5th level character. Yes.
Oh, that's the fighting. Oh, okay. Don't forget those are feats.
Yeah, those are the stuff on the far right of special abilities and feats. Those are all feats. So yeah, you and Monte control the world when it comes to feats. Especially since both of you are humans, you get an extra feat. So yeah, both of you have a lot of feats. Feats make D&D go round. So, all right. Now we'll jump over to Nick. Nick, you got 2 characters you need to introduce us to. Go for it, my man.
Alright, let's do Tork first. Tork Fire Scale. He is a dwarf dragon shaman. He worships Moradin. 8, 165 on his age. He's an older gentleman. Not by dwarf standard, but just enough where he's seen some combat. I have him set up pretty much as frontline. He can tank, he can melee, He can DPS. He does run the Fire Dragon Red as his champ. That is his dragon of choice. That is the dragon he worships.
Oh, I see here that you have it as a gold dragon.
Oh, yeah, I have the gold. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay. I was all like, whoops.
His hair is red. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. I was all like, did I have the wrong information written down here?
It is fire. His hair is red. Eyes blue. His hair is wild and flared. He loves battle. Loves battle. Drinking, all that good stuff. As a Tork should be. Very dedicated to his crew, his party, will do anything to help out. He's pretty much up there as a fighter. Just his abilities just change him out. He does get like auras, so he helps like buff surrounding players, which is definitely a great thing to have.
Cool.
And then on my other end, Rizler Rathi. Actually, AKA, I call him Rizler the Rat. He is a Spellthief. He is a whisper gnome. Very small, 4 feet, hair black, eyes blue. He has a ponytail and he's got little black tattoos all over. His skin is kind of a light gray. It's different than the normal gnomes. The whisper gnomes do get special abilities, like spell-like abilities per day, just because of their race. The Spellthief alone is typically a thief that can use spells, which I thought was very interesting. He will be in the shadows and up front scouting. He will be doing traps, disarm. He can also use magical devices. And he can also target spellcasters with extreme prejudice. He is 115. He has seen some back page. He has been poor. He grew up in the backwaters. He does worship Gold, which is the gnome's god. He pretty much uses a dagger all around, and I think one other thing, probably a spear. I think I have him down as a spear. Yeah, a long spear. Other than that, he's going to be in the shadows, helping out where he can. His main purpose is gold, and more gold.
Right on. And Rizler's the only one who's got a neutral alignment. Everyone else is good alignment, including 2 characters in here who are actually lawful good. So the Paladin and the Shaman is actually lawful good.
It's rare for me to play good characters.
Yeah, I know.
But it does happen.
It's really rare for Greg to play a good character too, because everything, Battlelord, Star Wars, anything else is always evil characters.
No, they're not
Don't say
evil.
no, shut up. All your characters are evil. So
I'm a good character, aka backstabbing bastard.
yeah. Yeah, tell us how good your former Empire officer is in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, he's evil.
Okay. Let's switch over to Battlelords. Trey Fentori, evil fuck. Yeah. Bullshit.
When it comes to money.
No, everything in general. Yes, he's evil.
It's like, I don't give a fuck as long as you got the dough. You got the flood.
So Teefon is neutral good. And of course, Tyriel is lawful good. Monte's character Ersa is chaotic good. Raze is also chaotic good. Rizler is straight neutral. And then Tork is lawful good. So that's awesome. We have a whole lot of good characters in this group. That's fantastic. All right, thank you guys for doing all your introductions. I super appreciate it. Let's get into it for Egg of the Phoenix. If you guys all have access to the maps, we're going to be referring to 2 of those maps that I put out in the D&D channel on Discord. The first one is the map of New Empria, which is actually, this is all located in Greyhawk, but just so you guys can reference the information and what I'm talking about for areas and locations you guys are going to need that. Below that is going to be a player's map of Nimberton, and that's going to be the city where we're going to be starting off at. So, take notes, do whatever you can. But that player's map, I would highly suggest you guys reference that as much as possible. That's going to be paramount. There we go. Let me get you guys into some introductions here. Beginning this adventure. So basically, this is going to take place in a town called Nimberton. Nimberton has a population of 500 to 600 people, and its major product in which it produces is called Earth's Blood. And Earth's Blood is this new miracle substance that only comes out of this area. It's kind of like an oil-based stuff. It lights homes, power furnaces. It provides raw materials for alchemists, and magic users really like it. It can also be used to heal sick, cure baldness, and it smells just absolutely terrible. It's just unpleasant, kind of black liquid goo. There's all kinds of rumors about what this Earth's Blood really is. Whether it is, some say that it's left over from a giant creature that lives deep within the heart of the earth, and it's bleeding and it bubbles up just in this area, stuff like that. There are some things that, like, there's a extra dimensional attachment to a subplane of the plane of slime that this stuff comes from. Who knows? It can be dug up and basically in wells and pockets and stuff, and it's collected. This place is starting to become a huge trade business location because of that. In the Confederation of New Empria, which is what you can say is the regional area over here. You guys know that the peace out here is kept by the Council of Elders. You don't know who they are, but you're just on your way into this town. You heard that this place is ruled by the Council of Elders, and that there are two factions that keep the peace here. That's the High Sheriff of Nimberton and the Monitors Guild, which the Monitors Guild is basically a private mercenary force hired by the council to protect the common folk. And on top of that, there is another incursion of people in here that are called slinks. And these slinks are basically some type of unknown race, possibly human, but they're basically sold as slaves. So slavery is a thing. It is allowed, and actually it's a big deal here in Nimberton. Is the selling of these creatures called slinks. All of us, the party, it's just assumed that we all know each other. Within the party, we all came here together. We're going to start at the Inn of 14 Virtues. That's where we're going to be stationed at. Where we currently staying. We have rooms in Nimberton.
Inn of 14 Virtues?
Yes.
It's at the top of the map.
Yes.
Yes.
The very north.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Inn of 14 Virtues is where you guys are starting. You guys, what you guys are doing here, it really doesn't matter whether we got dropped off here for some reason, whatnot. Again, this is just Dungeon Divers Group. We don't need a reason why. We just need to know that we're playing it. So everyone is here at the Inn of 14 Virtues. Yay! We do have a contact. His name is Cleric Macurian, Macurian. Cleric Macurian. He will be there. Let me put that name in chat for you guys, just so you have it. It's going to be probably a name you guys will need. Basically, he is looking to hire the group So everyone's going to find themselves in Nimberton, a rustic, rough and tumble boom town on the frontiers of a loosely allied collective of new Emperor Citadel states. Your recent employer on a caravan has discharged you until he reforms his return caravan in a few weeks, hence the reason why you're here. The Inn of 14 Virtues is no sleazier than any in Nimberton. It has become your temporary home. It offers comfortable, clean beds, solid meals, good drink, all at a moderately exorbitant prices. At the end, an old man in modest garb approaches the group, introduces himself as High Cleric McCurian. He is a member of the North Ending Council of Elders, which is the guiding oligarchy of the new Emperor. Arranges a night meeting at his residence near the local church. And just so you guys know, Mercurian is... There he is. He's a level 15 cleric, and his deity is Alona. Just so you guys know. And he's
Hippie.
Yeah, he's a hippie. Sure. So when you guys decide to, when we decide to go over to Kieran's town estate, he has a big estate here. I think it's on the map. Oh, it's in the middle in the new market where it says church. He lives in the wood area behind the church. It's not labeled on the map, but that's where he's at. And so when you guys go over to his townhouse behind the church, you guys all notice that you're being followed by different people and monitors because you're sort of outsiders. This town seems to like to keep to themselves.
You got black folks walking around free.
Oh boy!
Unchained.
You better watch them. You better watch them hard.
You know, I'm not touching that one. I just
You're looking at us, baby.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
Where did you get all that shit?
You gotta keep that one there that's just colored in mine.
Right there.
Hey, since we're gonna stereotype the shit out of this, do you guys have your insulin shots with you for your diabetes? I'm just saying.
They got some drumsticks on me.
Oh boy.
Got a little hot sauce.
And this is why I have the
intro.
Yeah, this is why I have the intro. Oh well. That being aside, Mercurian's will tell you guys that here in Nimberton, fortunes are being made in Earth's blood drilling, and the newly rich have found a novel way to show their wealth, which is basically sanctioned slavery. Although slavery has been outlawed in the land for nearly a century, it has reappeared with the apparent approval of the town elders. And many of them are new slave owners themselves. The presence of slavery in Nimberton has alerted the elders of North Ending to a possible new inroad of just kind of evil that they don't want to deal with in the community. Yet the influential slave owners have repeatedly assured the council that all is well and offers the slaves themselves as evidence. So these slaves, they are clean, well cared for, happy, obedient, and only semi-human. And those are what is called the slinks. In response, High Cleric Mercurian has traveled to Nimberton to conduct an investigation. But because of his position in the council, it gives him too high of a profile to easily conduct, covert investigations. So what he's been able to learn, it's minimal. So his inquiry has revealed that the slinks are apparently harmless, speechless, and very submissive, even to abuse. The town councils has enacted ordinances protecting these creatures. The slinks seem happy with their lot, yet Mercurian confesses that the stronger the owner's assurances became, the more doubts he had. No living being would willingly submit itself into slavery. So he is offering a reward of 5,000 gold pieces through the council to discover who is selling these slaves and where they come from. So now you guys are taking on the roles as investigators.
I'll have the tables turned for us too.
Cleric Mercurium will give you group 2 names. I post them up. One is Selias Oglethorpe, and the other is Gamarine. He's a farmer on the far east side. He only feels like those are the 2 people who are slink owners. He says, I need you guys to find out who the local sales agent is, and he doesn't have a name for this person who deals with selling the slinks. He just has, and I'll put the quote up also in chat for you guys, that he is a heavy-set, pompously dressed, overly pleasant man who reeks of heavy spices and oils. And then as a final warning, he says, please do not do anything to danger the Earthblood's field or harm the slinks in any way, because they're protected and the monitors will immediately put you under arrest and I won't be able to help you. So tread lightly when it comes to arguing with officials for the city as far as keepers of the peace, especially like the monitors and stuff. Even though when he talks about the monitors, he kind of has this condescending tone, like he really doesn't get along with what the monitors are as far as being called a mercenary group. He has his own reservations about the validity of the monitors. But they do have, it's unfortunate that the monitors do have, the complete confidence of the ruling council in the city, so they do have the ultimate authority.
Yippee fun hooray!
So there you go. We'll begin play in the morning. Everyone is at the Inn of the 14 Virtues having breakfast, and I assume that we are discussing what we're going to do here on out. We have not been paid anything other than he just said, I will give you money to find out stuff. The more that you find out, the more, either bonuses or money or more info I can provide. But for right now, I need you guys as low profile as possible to find out what's going on behind these slinks and the sale and all that stuff. That's your number one thing. Find out who is selling them and what they are, more than likely.
I shall save these condemned creatures.
There you go. Save the condemned creature. Okay, so we are at the inn, kicking back.
Yeah.
Now it's up to us. So
we got names.
We have 2 names. We know that there's a council, and
the old mark. While we're here, I'll go to the old market. See if there's any blacksmiths over there.
What?
Out on 2nd Street.
Okay.
To see if they if there's a blacksmith, if they can use a hand or apprentice or someone to.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm missing how this helps the investigation. You want to go do your own work.
Well, that's just we're going to be stuck here, so might as well.
Well, Tyriel is going to ask the bartender about either Silas Oglethorpe or Montgomery.
Okay.
I mean, are the Sphinx in chains, or do they?
No. You haven't. You guys have yet to see one, really.
Well, that's a good way.
Unless there's some
people who come in and get stuff fixed, and the slinks that bring in, you can question them there and say, "How you doing?"
The Inn of the 14 Virtues. Let's see. So the guy who runs the Inn of the 14 Virtues, his name is Timber Tulane. And he's a lawful good, very pious man in his 50s. And in fact, so we all have our own separate rooms, and in fact, there's a separate dormitory for unmarried female guests. So, Monte, you're separated from the rest of the group, basically.
Don't go down that hallway.
No one will go down the female's hallway.
That's called one of those, like, forcing virtues upon me. How nice.
So Greg wants to go sell his soul to become the common man worker.
Blacksmith.
All right.
What's with my cotton?
yeah.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
Thomas wants to go talk to the bartender. That's cool.
Do we know the locations of these two guys, Ellis and Gamori?
We have no idea.
Okay, so we need to find locations for them first.
Yeah.
Okay, so at any point I wish to use gather information to find out where these guys are at.
Oh shoot, I forgot we had skills.
Yeah, how about that? Teefon will also say, like, it might be worth going over to, wherever that the council is at, maybe trying to get in good with the council, see what they think about the whole slink thing, quite possibly.
Yeah, they may be in on it though.
Well, that could be, but I mean, we won't know unless we go over there.
That's true.
Since you're a man of the cloth, I'd say you go over there. They might have a better disposition with you than any of us.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, but I'd suggest I'd probably not go over there strictly by myself. I mean,
Make sure you use the back.
Huh?
If he's going over, coming through the back.
That's not a problem.
It's so messed up, man.
Monte, say again.
I can do the bodyguard thing. That's not a problem.
Well, I guess that'd probably work. We could.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to the council.
If they ask why does a man of the cloth a bodyguard, it's like, well, sometimes they don't want to listen, so they get mean and nasty. So I make them sit down and listen.
Is there a church?
Thanks. Yes, there is a church. There's a Church of Alona that High Cleric Mercurian runs.
God. Okay, so I'm not gonna find anything over there because Alona. I don't trust them.
Hey.
Dang.
I don't want to go to that church. Church is the work of Asmodeus or something.
Asmodeus.
They'd be serving Asmodeus over there.
Uh-huh.
Belial. They're all over there. Asmodan. I'm telling
He's
you.
one of them holy rolling paladins.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, good.
We speaking tongues and beating people.
Yeah. Got my own little altar boy, okay? I'm just like, what? What?
You must be my son, Neil.
Yeah. Yeah. You get that too, huh? So. Oh, I didn't realize we were talking Catholic religion now. Hold on. I got.
Yeah, and plus we just talked to the priest of that church, so it's probably does no good trying to figure out anything at the church. So,
well, it's not his church. You can still go there.
Nah,
if you want.
Betrayers, all of them.
Betrayers, deceivers.
Worshipping the rightful Lord Pelor. I'm gonna free all their condemned minds.
Oh, okay.
We'll spread the word.
So, Nick, which character was doing
Rizler. Yeah, Rizler's the only one. Tork doesn't have too many skills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, go ahead and roll your gather information. I'll tell you, you're just looking at talking to Timber and his people here within the inn to gain some basic information. Go ahead, roll it.
Alright, 7 on the die, 7 with the skill, 14 total.
Okay. Does anyone else have that skill? I don't think so.
Nope, not me.
Yeah.
Only got 2 cross steals in that.
Oh,
Man,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
nowhere close to that.
Yes.
Good. I'm the diplomatic one.
So 14. It seems that today they're kind of busy. You're not getting a lot of people to really talk to you, to see or talk to other people. It is suggested that you can try the Earthblood Fields if you want to go out there. That's the East Road, where it says to the fields. You can go out there and talk to someone, or if you want to go to toss people out nightly rough and tumble tavern, is the Rigger's Den, is what it's called. You'll basically get that Rigger's Den is on the southeast area, just below what is labeled as Shantytown. So it's in that area. It's the only tavern in that area. You'll find it.
Are we giving him given a map of this area?
I put up 2 maps in the channel.
Sorry, I know you have it in Discord.
Oh,
I'm talking like in character. Like, did he have us, or do we have any sort of map that was given to us, maybe by Cleric, or?
So sure, yeah, you'll have maps. He would have given them to you guys, or at least maybe a couple of them. But
Right. That's one of the town. I think I'll just go ahead and take Tork with me. We're gonna go over to the other tavern, Rivers, and see if we can find some information.
okay.
You smelly dwarf.
Take the smelly dwarf.
Goes in here, pipsqueak.
All right. Well, since we have direction of where everyone's going, then what they're doing, we're gonna have to split it up a little bit here. It's all right. So we'll just start off with Teefon and Ersa. Is that right? It's not Ersa. It's Ersa. Did I say that right, Monte?
Yeah, you got it right.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure I'm saying the name right. So we're gonna find where basically the town hall is, and it won't be hard to find. It's actually called the Miners Guild Hall. It's a 4-story, overly ornamented building that can be seen from anywhere, basically in the town. It basically
One of the taller buildings, I take it.
Yeah, it shows off the wealth and the apparent lack of taste for the newly rich. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, gee, look.
so if we go there, there are going to be monitors there, and we'll see monitors walking all over the place. Just so you guys know, monitors are basically humans with black studded leather armor, a small wood shield. They have a long sword, a dagger, and they carry around with them manacles, and they all have this silver amulet that is prominently displayed on the outside of their leather. When Ersa and Teefon go up to the mining guild, there will be a couple of monitors outside walking around that will kind of rudely question us about, what are we doing here? Do we have an appointment? Stuff like that. Teefon has diplomacy. I'll see if I can't roll diplomacy to talk my way into making sure that these guys know that we're not harmful. So this ought to be interesting. I only have a +4 at this, so this could be. Unless I roll an actual 20 right off the bat. Shit, yeah. Little silver-tongued halfling bastard. I love this character. See, he just gives off this really nice oratory response that the guards just kind of blink a few times, and the guy's like, go see Wendy inside, and he opens up the door for us. So...
Yeah, as he's driving along, even she stopped for a minute, looks down with the wondering, where in the hell is this coming from?
Yeah.
What did you swallow?
Did your cleric live from the temple?
Yes.
Oh my god, we have the good touch.
Yeah.
Frickin'
I told you it's the same guy.
halfling. Oh, okay.
I wasn't in the main room when the rogue caused all the fighters inside to die, and we ended up leaving. So, in fact, this is the same character I played when we were doing White Plum Mountain. But then that turned out to be just about a total party wipeout, so, ta-da! We're back for round 4. We're only 1 for 2 right now when it comes, or 1 for 3 when it comes to Dungeon Divers group.
Total wipeout, White Plum. We just left. We were bored.
Well, we couldn't do anything else. I mean, it was... that group got cursed quick. Monte had mentioned earlier we should try and go back to the Temple of Elemental Evil, and I was all like, we've really caused a ruckus there. The only way we're getting back there is if everyone plays like 4 characters each and we're all like 9th level, because they're going to be quite guarded up and very pissed.
I'm down.
Oh, good. It'll be like the evil group all over again. Can't wait for us all to die on that one again. Oh, wait. Nick's character did not die.
I'm in a permanent slave contract. I mean, no.
You're turning into a lich.
Oh my God, I'm still someone's bitch.
Yeah. It's just a couple of dark elves. Yeah. There's a plaque, Monte, that is on the front of the door to this establishment that lists, I put 4 names in chat, in the D&D chat. It has those 4 names on there. There is
obviously they're individuals of some renown, or at least with big pockets.
Right. And so there's an attractive desk clerk there that goes by the name of Wendy. And she greets us, just basically says, how can I help you? Monte, if you're just going to let Teefon go for it, Teefon will just basically introduce himself and say, I'm interested in knowing who is in charge, and in case if I can set up a appointment to talk with someone of the council, just about business matters and new Empyrean standards and stuff like that. And he's just kind of trying to diplomatically bait her in. I guess I'll make that roll again since he's talking to her one-on-one. So that'll be interesting. Oh, wow, a dirty 20. I got a 16. So with a +4, so he's got a 20. So 20 seems to be what Teefon's about today. Whether they're natural or a dirty 20, that's fine. So she will basically say that Selias Oglethorpe, he runs a business called Barreltown. Him and his brother run a business called Barreltown.
Sounds like a place to get a drink.
Yeah, he's not here very often, and he's always too busy to see someone. But you can talk to his brother at his business if you want. And as far as where Barreltown is, that tall building in the northeast corner. That's Barreltown.
Yeah, the one that looks like a silo.
Yes, exactly. It's basically where they make barrels. Selias and his brother are coopers.
Like I said, I thought it was like a place to get a drink.
Well, I mean, it's a business. It's not a tavern. So the second name, Mikhail Gorchakov, he doesn't stay here at the Miners Guild. He's always at the inn that he owns, which is called the Winged Victory Inn. And if you want to talk to him, you're going to have to go to his inn to go talk to him.
So far, we're batting 1,000 in this, and we're getting more sleazy as we go.
Actually, the Winged Victory Inn is like the swankiest inn in Nimberton, basically.
Yeah, we may have to dress better than that for this.
That inn is actually in the middle of the western part of the map. They're right in the middle of Western Street. There's a very large building there. That is the Winged Victory Inn. Dutchel Vandermoor is out of town. You can leave messages for him if you want. He goes by the name of Dutch. He's out of town. I don't know when he's going to be back. He's out on official business. And then the last name is the Riga Cornover, and she's basically regarded as like the most powerful woman in Nimberton. She's basically the senior counselor, and she kind of dictates the law herself. She's not set up one-on-ones with anyone that's not of the same standing as her, so we would not be able to get an audience with her. But she does have a second, basically an assistant that goes by the name of Grissom Oil, that you can set up appointment with him.
His twin brother Wesson.
Grissom Oil does not have an office here. He's kind of all over the place. Oh, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong information. Grissom Oil does have an office in here. He is not here at the time, but if you want to send an appointment, we can see what we can do. She says that he doesn't have anything open for at least a week right now.
We're talking about the town hall?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, good note taken, Monte. Good job. So,
I get a little picture standing there while he's talking. She's in the shadows and stuff down, little pad and pen kind of thing, It's like, okay, let's see, this guy, that guy, this bitch, cornhole. She likes really high standing, nose in the air kind of crap thing. God damn, we're not going to bust this place. Jeez, I want to hurt this person.
So yeah, that's basically all we're going to be able to get from here.
Well,
so
if we start to head out, her first thought is, let's see if we're close enough. What are the two businesses we're close enough to, given our position?
Yeah, let's get there. Let's wait for that for just a minute. Let me get to the other people real quick, okay?
On Paul.
Yeah. I'm just saying, because that's gonna. All that talking, everything's gonna take a while. So let me just get everyone else going. So, all right. So Thomas, Tyriel, you were going to the church then, right?
No, I was talking to the bartender.
Okay.
Well, I still want to go to the church, but I want to see if the bartender knows anything.
So what is it you're trying to get from the bartender? Just
Well, I asked him about the names. The two names you got.
Tyriel. Okay.
Maybe at the
You're talking nice to him. Roll your diplomacy.
All right.
That's what it's there for. That's why we have skills.
11, 12, and 18.
18. That's pretty good. So the first name is Silas Oglethorpe, right?
Yes.
So he just says that he's the owner of Barreltown up northeast.
Gotcha.
Him and his brother own Barreltown, and then he gives you the same information I gave Monte about Silas Oglethorpe. He's part of the Miners Guild Hall, the council, stuff like that. So
I guess I'm not going to the church then. I don't want to see the hippie worshipping dude. That was good. I guess I will wait for the rest of the team to go back together.
You're a man of the cloth, and yet you don't want to go to someone else's church, huh? Okay.
We don't have the right papers.
Yeah.
You can get your birth certificate with you. Prove that you're a paladin.
This is Nimberton. They have the real ID here.
No,
so
Sorry,
you can't fly without it.
I'm an immigrant. They might chain me up. Okay.
This is true. How many rivers did you cross to get to Nimberton?
Listen, the last time I tried to swim, we all had to pull me out, remember?
Yeah.
Because of my armor. I'm serious. I just blindly just rushed into that dark room and just immediately fell into that water trap and sank to the bottom.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll wait up at the end. Wait for the rest of the team to get back.
All right, cool. Greg, what was Raze doing again?
I was just going to say.
Oh, that's right. You want to go visit a blacksmith. Yes, there will be a blacksmith It will be in Market Street.
New Market or Old Market?
It's going to be on Market Street, between Old and New Market.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The name really doesn't matter all that
No,
much.
yeah, actually, not to worry about it.
Yeah.
I go, look around. Hands out, so they can see my hands. I'm not taking anything.
So one thing that you'll notice is when you're walking around the market square and everything, just seeing, it's busy, people selling stuff. You're going to witness a group of kids. They're basically throwing stones at a smaller than average slink. A vendor comes out and yells at the kids, "Hey, take off, get out of here, leave," and stuff. And the slink just kind of slowly stands up. The vendor just kind of brushes them off, tells the slink, "Okay, you're okay. They're just they're kids. It's what they do." After a couple minutes, that the vendor's kind of patting the, cleaning them up somewhat. There's going to be a patrol of about 6 monitors that are going to show up, and they kind of seem overly aggressive about wanting to find the kids who basically were stoning the slink.
This is odd.
Yeah. The vendor is actually just all like, they're just kids, they're throwing rocks, and they're just like, yeah, we understand, but that's a crime in Nimberton, and their parents need to be notified and or fined for damages to whoever is the owner of the slink. And one of the monitors will go up to the slink and say, you're free to go back to your master, and it just kind of slowly nods its head and it just walks off.
Yeah, go help a brother, man.
I go, after they leave, I'll go up to that shop owner. I go, that's kind of unusual for some of them to take a personal interest in the slinks. It's like they're is that normal?
Make me a charisma check, if you will, please.
Okay.
It's a D20 plus your charisma modifier.
15.
Okay. It was just rolling. That roll was just basically when you went up to go talk to him, how he was going to react to a stranger coming up to him. But you actually talked pretty well, and he's not. He's just all like, "No, please don't rob me of my stuff. No, stop it." His store is a baked goods store. He's a baker. So he's got a bunch of, him and his wife child have got, bakery items all set up there. It seems that the child helps herself to more pastries than she should. So she's he's got kind of a chunky daughter, like 10 years old, and he's always like slapping her hand, going like, "Stop it, that's enough." And she's just like, "Ah." He's just all like, "Oh," he just greets you, says. He just says, they're just kids.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, kids.
He doesn't seem to give any information about the slinks. He just says, like, the people who want to own those creatures, they're more protected than regular citizens these days, it seems like it, so...
Yeah, they seem to be treated like they're treasure or like they hold some kind of status amongst the people.
I don't know. I don't own one.
Huh?
I don't own one.
I
don't make enough coin to own one.
Oh, you have to have a lot of coin to own.
Only the rich own. The people who deal with all this Earthblood stuff and everything have enacted slavery back into the lands.
The Earthblood? I mean, isn't it supposed to be for everybody? This Earthblood?
Oh, sure, it's for everyone as long as you own the fields and you own the skinks, then yes. It's for everyone but everyone else but you. You know what I mean?
So these are only a...
You want some bread?
Some bread?
Time is money around here. Ooh, getting shakedown now.
Yeah.
You can buy anything from a couple of copper pieces up to a silver piece in different breads and sweets and stuff like that.
And it goes...
I even have for you folk some gluten-free all wheat.
You folk?
You and Thomas went there. You shut up now. I'm just jumping on the bandwagon.
For you folk.
Biscuits.
Not too sweet cream cheese, you know.
Got any Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Watermelon bread.
Yeah, let's not talk about Kool-Aid. We haven't gotten to Nick yet. We don't need him to make saving throws against Kool-Aid drinking just yet.
Ain't no Kool-Aid drinking that.
You got some sweet potato pies. I asked him. I'll give him a silver.
Okay, a silver piece will buy a couple of loaves of decent bread.
I don't. I just give him a silver.
And he still hands you the bread.
And I go, yeah. And I go, so
for your family or your travelers or whatever. He says it's good. I don't do anything. Nothing is free.
Right. And I go, so when you had to give him another silver. I go, so only a select few can purchase these slinks and Earth's blood.
Well, Earth's blood is controlled by the mining guild, which they own all the fields to the east. The Earth's blood fields, everything out there is owned by the miners guild.
Oh,
it's not owned by the people.
So what if someone just happened to be digging a hole in their yard and...
You would be arrested and persecuted quite quickly and thrown in jail for a very long time.
Oh, we used to that, so it was fine. Oh, wait, what?
So if Earth's blood was to show up on your land, your property, you could be arrested for it showing up there.
I don't know about that. Why would Earthblood just show up in my shop?
Well, you don't know. What if you were digging a well and all of a sudden Earthblood sprouted out?
I guess that would be up to them. They own their Earth's blood.
No one owns their... It comes from the Earth. They don't own the Earth. They own the land that it comes from.
Poor Spartan.
Yeah, he's looking at you confused now, and he's just all like, I don't understand what you're trying to get at. I'm a simple guy. I'm a baker.
These people are beaten into submission. I go, oh, thank you very much, sir. I go,
the blacksmith has got himself, and he's got 3 sons and a wife. And it's a family-run business, and he's not looking for any help. He's pretty short and curt with you.
I'm not...
Yeah, you go up and inquire about a job, and he just says, nope, don't have any jobs. You got me and my boys, me and my family.
No, I'm not.
We're good.
I tell him, I'm not asking for any type of payment. It's just something to pass the time away.
Oh, sorry.
And I keep going. I try to talk to somebody else. Or somebody passing by.
While you're there at the blacksmith shop, why don't you roll me a spot check?
15.
Ooh, right on the money. While you're casually trying to talk to the blacksmith...
Actually, that would have been a 20.
Okay.
Okay.
I need your total, not what you rolled, but
okay.
Yeah.
Total, yeah.
So a 20. The DC was 15, so... So you'll notice that while you're talking to him, there seems they are working with Earth's blood. You can see several buckets of the black oily substance, and it looks like every once in a while they're quenching and or using it on different items, horseshoes and all kinds of metal brackets and all kinds of stuff.
This town's very proprietary.
So,
Note.
okay, is that good?
Yeah, I'm just going. If I bump into someone, excuse me, how you doing? We just like lovely town. Strike up a conversation. And
Yeah, people are kind of the local population. You're going to find out when you're doing that stuff really doesn't have time or want to talk to a stranger.
It's a very close knit society. Okay. I just go to my room.
Cool. All right. So next, Nick, you and your two characters, you guys were going where again? Remind me.
No, the inn rigger.
Oh, that's right. You guys were going to go to Rigger's Den. That's where the two of you were going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off there in town. Cool. So the two of you will go there. It's nestled inside Shantytown, just west of where the word Shantytown is at. It's actually going to be in a cluster of buildings. It's kind of a decent sized tavern. It looks like the clientele is almost entirely like for the common folk, mostly people who probably work out in the Earthblood fields. So, it's made for the common man, you know what I mean? Does that sound...
Yeah, for sure. Me and Tork are gonna grab a table, order some drinks, some food, just kind of sit there.
Alright, so here they charge for their house ale. It's 2 gold pieces per large flagon. It's a local ale that they make. It's actually called Rigger's Ale. But it's like, that's the common drink around here. So,
How much were they?
2 gold. Seems like a little much for a big mug of beer, but, considering what this town has turned into and what you have heard, maybe it's priced because of inflation. There you go.
Yeah, we'll order a pitcher.
So while you two are just sitting there, at least for the time that you're here, unless you ask specific questions, you'll basically get that the local populace around here doesn't have very much nice to say about, the monitors. There's a lot of complaints about people talking about the monitors or their own police force. They're unfair. They're on the payroll of the town council. There's not a whole lot of nice things that people say about the town council either. And they definitely don't have a lot to say about the slinks, because they believe that slinks are going to replace people working out in the fields. And there's also talk about certain people who are making claims out in the fields, and that they want to bring up their own lives, the Earthblood, so they can strike it big. But the town council keeps arresting people and laying claim to that land as theirs and stuff. So there's a lot of people who complain about that.
Oh, imminent domain.
That's just general shit after, say, like at least a couple of hours of you guys hanging out.
Alright, I am going to ask around about Gamaliel, the farmer, and the fields that these things are actually working in.
Okay, not trying to bluff anyone, so yeah, let's go back to gather information. Make me a gather information roll, please.
14 on the die is 21 total.
The farmer has a farm. It's the first farm that you encounter when you leave Nimberton to the east to head out to the Earthblood's fields. He's basically the first farming house that's there, and he owns several slinks that do the work for him, and he basically got rid of the hired hands that were helping him farm. So he got rid of them, and now he has his own slinks, because his farm was like the second place that had the newfound Earth's blood to it. But apparently he sold out to the council and to the city, and now he's got a whole bunch of money.
Alright. After a few more mugs, we're going to head back to our original tavern.
Cool. Everyone can meet up in the tavern, back at the tavern, and everyone can then get their notes together and stuff if you want. Alright, is there anything else that you guys want?
No, at this point, me and Tork are going to just head back to the tavern, because I want to find out what's going on with the other notes.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Monte shared his stuff. We can all share what everyone has experienced. Teefon will tell in great detail everything that he got. So there you go.
Right, and we'll share information on the farmer down the road. His name that was mentioned by Cleric. We'll tell the group he does have multiple servants. He got rid of his hired hands. He's out on the farm. It's very possible we can go take a look, scout it out, see what's going on.
If we got we're gonna have to tread real lightly on that one. We'll have to do it at night. I mean, is it me, or from what I'm seeing so far, what do these things look like? Show after a description of anybody that's actually seen one. Does it look unusual?
It looks like a very gaunt human.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hardly wear any clothes, and they seem to just do what they want. Raze, I take it you share what you saw with the slink?
Yeah, I tell them that it seems their appearance and the way they're being protective of the slinks. They're very protective over the Earth's blood. Randomly, if someone was to do it, the town will swiftly move in and claim your property or your land. And you have no recourse of fighting them off. You don't get to claim, and they need to be very protective of this. It's almost like there's some kind of magic at work here. That they're being very protective of that. No free will of their own. They're magically bound.
You'd have to get a real close look at one. That's the thing about it, though. I'm talking up close and in person.
So, Liz, when you witnessed these children, were the monitors around, or they just showed up?
They showed up, and pretty quickly.
They didn't witness the throwing, did they?
Huh?
They didn't witness them throwing it, did they?
No, they didn't witness the kids throwing anything. The kids had already departed.
So how do they know it was kids?
Huh?
How do they know it was kids if they weren't there?
I would assume the shop owner told them that they were. He said they were just kids.
Well, it was also pretty busy. It's the marketplace. So several people could have said it was kids.
Yeah.
Someone had to call the monitors or alert them and let them know that there was an issue. So
yeah, and only
Okay.
it seems like only chosen people, only select people can own the Earth's blood or farm. It seems like there are selected people, only the wealthy.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's run into that information, right?
Yeah, it's an obvious case that unless you got the money to defend your property and you defend it good, they'll walk in and tell you, no, that's ours.
Right.
Which is probably why I would like to go scout out this farmer, Yamaria. If he has several slings, he's obviously up there in wealth.
Yeah, it sounds like we could visit that farmer, maybe take a look at the Earthblood fields themselves.
And I tell them about the blacksmith. They seem to be processing it or using it in their blacksmithing with whatever that they're making. They're using it to make, I don't know if it's weapons. I didn't get a closer
it didn't look like they were making weapons. They were just making everyday household items.
Yeah, I said I don't know if they were. I'm just...
Well, I mean, you have you have craft weaponsmith. You're not really a blacksmith. So, okay, yeah.
So that's why I don't know. I go say they.
You know what? Make educated guess. Make that roll anyways. Make a craft weaponsmith roll.
Okay, that's the total.
You got a hell of a good bonus for that one.
Yeah, that's 27.
Sure. If you were to guess the way they were using it, you would have to guess that it's probably part of tempering and strengthening the steel. That's how it's being used.
Yeah.
So after gathering all this information, it sounds like, definitely Earthblood's Fields is a place to go talk to. That the farmer, that Salias guy who came up, his maybe visiting that Barreltown guy.
Yep.
Visiting them might be a good thing. We didn't get anywhere with the Guilds Hall, so we're basically not gonna get anything from them other than we just got a bunch of names. It seems that trying to get in touch with Riga is no good.
I was sort of scouting out that one place altogether is a good bet.
Which one place?
The compound or whatever it is.
The what? Okay, I'm sorry. What compound?
Well, the next character found out about the owner.
He's talking about the farms.
Oh, yeah, the farmer. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that one.
Yeah. That's definitely what we're checking out. We still haven't gone to either the church or the town hall. The town hall is supposedly where the sheriff is at. Maybe they might have some information. We could try the town hall because it sounds like after everyone here, these monitors are not all quite on the up and up. So I would, and this is speaking as from Teefon is saying, I would be interested in kind of hearing what the sheriff has to say about the monitors. What kind of gets talked about with that.
Yeah, see if
they were very insistent on finding those kids.
Well, there is a place for the monitors. We can find that out rather easily. There is a separate building for the monitors. It's actually called the Monitors Hall. We could check out the Monitors Hall if someone wants to go to that.
I'll probably check out the church.
Well, I bet you and I could check out the church and then go over to the town hall. I'm interested in talking to the town hall.
Okay.
I kind of have a gift of gab. I can talk.
Yeah, I'll go with you to the town hall.
All right, so you and I will go to the town hall and to the church.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Nick, or you two characters and anyone else want to go to the farmer and the Earthblood's Fields? How's that sound?
Yeah, I think me and Tork are going to go to the farmers.
Monte, Greg, either one of you want to go there as well, or do you want to do something separate?
I'll go with you.
You want to go where?
I'll go to the farmers.
Oh, you want to go with Nick's characters?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Monte, what about you?
This kind of got me wondering. It's like we're checking. Okay, one part of it's going to be checking out the church. You said one part's going to be checking out the farm. Then maybe I should go see what I can sniff around with a monitor hall. I don't know.
There you go.
If you want to do that by yourself, I guess, yeah.
Well, she figures she's big enough, strong, she can take care of herself. Maybe she might get lucky when these kind of guys might respect a little strength. It's hard to say. She's not going to muscle in and try to take one on 20 or 30, but
yeah, well, that That wouldn't work out very well for our investigation, I think. That might be bad.
No. It kind of throw a stone in the gearworks.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Mom, welcome to our hall.
Put your assets to work.
Damn!
We have to bench press their faces. They might get upset about that.
Oh, yes, bench press me, baby. Bench press me. I can't lift all that land.
Okay, so I guess after lunch we'll just break up into our groups and continue our investigations then. Does that sounds good, guys?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then, here we go again. So Teefon and Tyriel, we'll start with you two. We're going to go to the church first.
Yes.
All right. So it's a modest stone building. It's more of like a mission than it is a church. But there is a curate there. He goes by the name of Cork Echo. Cork.
Did you get that from Deep Space?
Nope. It's actually in the adventure. So I didn't make up that name. There are some, but this name I did not make up. Cork Echo. He seems to be a level 5 cleric to Alona. He ministers primarily to the needs of the field workers and the poor. They don't so much come over for, God's day of worship. He kind of goes out and preaches the word. He does a lot of, traveling sermons out in the fields and helps people out and stuff. So, but
just to help out, if there anybody that needs healing, I'll lay on hands. Give some good touch. Just to get on their good side, so I can.
Teefon is just all like, I am blessed with the healing properties of Pelor, of his righteous light. So if you need any assistance, myself and my very large brother can accommodate. He's
scratch your head.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna roll diplomacy to talk to this guy.
This one.
Tyriel, you're going to do the same thing?
Yes.
You're better at diplomacy than I am. Although I've been getting really lucky about rolling my diplomacy, so... Ooh! Is that bad, or... Did you roll a 1?
No, I did a total of a 31.
Holy okay, never mind.
Tell me everything!
Yeah.
Super tongue and a half! Super tongue with change!
Oh, let me guess, you rolled the 1.
No, I didn't roll a 1!
You rolled a 2?
I rolled double of a 1!
There you go. So
I got a 6. So when I start talking, you're just all like, putting your hand in front of my face and going, "Shut up, dude.
Just go heal someone."
Yeah. He's like, so we like to talk about the stuff about the, stuff that has thing. You're just all like, dude, stop. just. All right, cool.
This was not well thought out.
Right.
Well, my fellow.
Look, squirrel. What? Squirrel? Oh, squirrel. So you talk to Echo. You tend to befriend him pretty well, and he's going to say, that this church doesn't see a lot of people who comes over for services, except for like really high holy days. I may see council members, Salias, Riga, Mikkel, stuff like that. I've never seen Dutchel over here. In fact, I've never seen Dutchel. But he says the only time that I ever see them is on high holy days, and I will say that when I perform my sacred rituals, which is, performing purging of evil, basically casting protection from evil and stuff like that.
You prance around in the forest alone. Yeah, I get it. He doesn't say that.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't say that.
Well, there goes that diplomacy roll.
No, he doesn't say that to him. Trust me.
You sure you're lawful good?
Yeah.
Stop reverting back to your Sith characters, will you?
No.
So anyways, so he says, I've noticed that their skinks or slinks that they bring with them, they get repulsed and they behave oddly and uncomfortable when I perform my rituals. And I have noticed also that slinks only listen to people who wear a silver amulet.
Ooh.
I believe that's the control that owners have.
So you think they're under some type of charm?
I can't go that far.
I gotcha. Understandable. Right. Yeah, he knows about all this stuff. Well,
but I do know of a jewelry smith in the market who may have ties to those.
I see. Any chance I can get word of the name?
Check with some donations.
Ilonia provides for everyone, and he holds out a little offering bowl.
Wait.
Just on the off chance.
Throw like 3 gold in there. Throw like 3 gold in there. I got you, brother.
He looks at the bowl, looks at you, looks at the bowl, looks at you, tilts his head to one side, and he's like, Ilonia is her requirements of information tends to have higher standards than this offering here, my son.
15 gold.
Amelia Weinstein.
What are you guys, Jews?
All of a sudden he turns into a Duros and
Nick, why'd you bring your character in this?
oh no!
Come on, man!
Hey, baby, Moose could have turned to a Ventari.
Dang.
And then 2 little girls run in and grabs the bowl and run off.
They both have little pink lightsabers. Girls, get over here!
I'll put 15 gold in that damn bowl.
Clicks, do something about your daughters.
Mommy gets 5%, remember?
God.
Oh, God.
70%.
Nick's not saying a damn thing, but if you see his video, he's just all like, fuck you guys. Assholes.
What's daddy is ours. That's ours.
Love you, Nick. Even Clicks. You love Clicks.
Show and tell. We can't show and tell. Our daddy's on a business trip with our ship.
Alright. So, son of a bitch.
I'll put 15 gold.
So 15 gold.
15.
15 gold. He will say the jeweler smith Beckley out of Grifter's Lane. He's a very stingy proprietor and can be hard to talk to.
Okay. That sounds good. Well,
That sounds like a little more pain for your change purse there.
yeah. Dang, freaking churches.
Damn churches.
That's out of character, of course.
Yeah.
My character understands, of course. Well, I appreciate your time, brother. May life serve you.
Yeah, he also, he was all like, it's weird that you're like the first man of cloth and the stranger that has come to my doorsteps, because you kind of trigger an imparted vision that I've had.
Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it.
He's like,
Yeah.
He says, there was a vision that came to me during a morning prayer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw this large black egg that hatched, and a glowing man whose heart radiated darkness came out of it. I don't know why it was so profound, but it would seem that by the guidance of Alonia, I was supposed to tell the first man of the cloth as a stranger. I was supposed to relay this information. Do you think it means anything to you, brother?
Can I roll world?
Come on, brother! No, you have no chance to make a roll. This means nothing to you.
Okay, that's that. I'll say sure.
You're like, yeah, well, you know.
I'll have to check with my Bible at home.
Pelor works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to him when I get home.
I think listening to this story is worth 15 gold, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, dear fine, it's time to go.
Well, time to go. Alright, so head over to the, what was the other place? Oh, the town hall, right?
Yeah, the town hall.
Ooh, yeah, town hall. Teefon will be like, good job in talking to him, dude. That was awesome, man.
Listen, I spent my time in prisons, okay, not to talk. I'm just scared.
What?
Uh-oh, you one of those paladins. You ran with a game, in a prison game.
So if you go, if we go to the town hall, which is the town hall is that large, is the kind of the tall building just south of the old market on the map there, right at the top of Wells Street and Angle Street. If we go, there is a rather large lady as the service desk. Her name is Weeper. No. Oh my God, no. I was just kidding. Her name.
Come on, Greg, it's your turn.
It was his turn last night as well. You almost married that shit.
You got this, son. You got this.
Yeah. If we go to talk to her, she says that the high sheriff is in and is not currently seeing people, but she can get word. And then a side door opens up, and there's going to be kind of an older guy, human, salt and pepper hair. He's definitely in his 60s. He comes out and he's just all like, he's pointing at us, and he's just all like, he's like, Dorothy, I've got plenty of time for priests of the order for the Great Pelor. He was all like, your guys' presence honors me. What can I help you two with?
Let me roll my diplomacy.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, so Teefon's going to start out going like, well, sir.
Oh, boy, here we go. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, screw you, man. That's a 23. I got a 23.
What I get?
I talk good.
I got a 21.
Okay, so both of us talk good. So Teefon just says
you lead this time.
Yeah, Teefon just says we'd like to talk to you about certain events. We're just, he just gives a story about, just trying to understand what's going on here. We've had some slight issues with these monitors, and we just like to make sure that we don't cross the legal boundaries of what's allowed. And so he kind of gets this screwed up look on his face when we say monitors. He was like, "You guys come inside my office."
Oh God!
I had a vision about you. No, never mind.
I swear, if you did. Why was he falling from the sky?
Many visions people have about you.
My yard now.
Yeah. Me falling from the sky from the archangels.
Yeah. So who you guys are talking to is High Sheriff Gurney Dane.
Oh damn!
Is his name? I could put it in the. I don't know if.
If I would have known that, I wouldn't have been so heavily armored. Good God. Are they okay with like weapons and stuff?
No one has really said anything as of yet.
Because I literally have 2 long swords. I'm already starting to dagger on me.
Yeah.
All you see is a quiver and a shield.
Well, I kind of walk and think. So.
He tells you, I'm not an owner of slinks at all. In fact, in conversations with him, you're going to pick up that he is very much lawful good.
Okay.
So he respects and he wishes, he respects the aims and the wishes of the High Council. He says, unfortunately, I no longer get to enforce the law and the order of Nimberton because all that power has been pretty much given to this mercenary band of the monitors.
So they're mercenaries.
Yeah, hell yeah, they're mercenaries. They're
Gotcha.
no good, low-down mercenaries that they get a ton of money funneled to them through the people in the High Council. I don't know who. It may be all of them.
So they're all corrupt.
What super rich people don't have corruption?
There you go. No, he's talking to that stupid church guy who's shamming my money.
He's a good man.
Oh, God. Drinking them Kool-Aids and that.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about Pelor. He will sometimes ask for money, but not all the times.
Yeah. He also says, we've got the top 2 floors of this multi-tier building. It's 3 stories. His offices and the government offices and everything on the first floor. He does say, floor 2 and 3, those are like library. If you have time and and you pay a 10 gold piece entry fee, then you can search our libraries and records and everything if you wish.
All right.
But he doesn't have anything nice to say about the monitors.
Gotcha.
He says they overstep their bounds. They're just really big thugs. He also says that he doesn't trust the records clerk, Mr. Olivan Trent. He says I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could pick him up and throw him. He says that guy he's a snake.
Okay.
But basically, he's kind of like the records clerk guy for the stupid monitors, and he ain't worth spit on the floor.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if there's anything that you guys want that will help in identifying these slinks and getting rid of them and figuring out what all the corruption that's going on inside of my town.
Well, we're trying to figure it out.
I'm all in.
Well, that's currently what we're trying to figure out. So, hopefully, maybe if it would benefit you, maybe we update you. Maybe you can help us out.
Quite possibly. If something happens with the monitors and they try and jail you or whatnot, I can definitely be some sort of assistance.
Of course. We want to get rid of all this unlawful corruption.
You're going to have to be... there's only so much that we can do. The monitors are so corrupt that when someone's arrested, of course it takes a lot of coin to get someone bailed out of jail. So try and not go there if you can help it.
Understand.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
So cool. Greg and Nick, you guys are heading out. Where are you going first?
We'll head towards the farm.
Okay.
Just the outskirts of it.
Okay. Cool. So you guys go walk. The easiest way is to walk through the marketplace on the map and head out east, basically. Yeah. So you guys are walking through the marketplace. There will be a group of 8 monitors that walk up to you 3 characters. Surround you guys. They stop you in your tracks. They don't look happy, and they have a middle-aged commoner with them. And one of the monitors demands to see your guys' papers, which you have. McClaim made sure to give you guys authorized papers to be here. So
okay, well I'll show them.
okay. took a look at it, and the guy who looks like the monitor, looks like that he's in charge, looks over at the commoner, and he says, "Well, which one?" And the commoner points at Greg's character, and he was all like, "That's him. That's him. He's the one. I saw him. He laid that skink. He laid him flat out on his back right there in the market. I saw it." And the guys and the monitors just all like, he hands back the papers to your character's Nick, but he's still holding the papers to
for my paper.
Yeah, for your character, and he was all like, "Sir, you're being accused of abuse to a slink. How do you answer the charges?"
I did no such thing.
Do you have any witnesses that can vouch for what you're stating?
Where did this take place?
And the commoner he'll start yelling at you, going like, "You know you did it! You were right there, right in the alleyway. You know you did it!" And the guys are like, "Wait, hold on, just hold on. Wait a minute." He's like, excuse his outburst. He says,
"What alleyway? I never went down no alleyway."
He says, "Sir, are you sure that's correct? I mean," he says, "just so we all know here," and again, this is the monitor who seems like he's in charge. He says, "Assault to a slink is a serious allegation, and the punishment is a fine of 2,000 gold, and all of your arms and equipment will be confiscated. So before I render any sort of arrest, we have to make darn sure that this exactly happened. So do you have any witnesses?" And he goes off about the people in the area, and he's just all like, all right. And he says, "And sir, this morning you haven't been to any alleyways that you can speak of or anything like that?"
Nope. I visited 2 places.